Expensive dust-up for Troy Mercanti.
The one-time coffin cheater turned Fink, current elder statesman for the Mongols bikie gang, has been fined for fighting. The altercation with the rebels bikie occurred on March 10 at a fish and chip shop in the spiritual home of OMCG Fisticuffs, Ellenbrook.
What sparked it?
I believe the cook asked whether or not Troy wanted his fish battered, and Troy took it as a threat.
Right.
I don't know what the cause was. History suggests Troy Mercanti doesn't need much of a cause to get his punch on. He was handed the fine in the spiritual home of OMCG Justice, the Midland Magistrate's Court. And not one to let an advertising opportunity go begging, he walked out wearing a t-shirt that might be considered a little inflammatory. That's a Mongol's boot crushing a rebel's skull.
What's that writing?
RFKN state, that stands for our f***ing state.
Subtle.
Mercanti has many character traits, subtlety is not one of them. It's not the first time he's used fashion to make his point. That dig at WA Attorney General John Quigley was never going to cause major ongoing problems. The Rebels t-shirt might. It's a nod to the Mongols' opinion of Australia's biggest bikie gang.
You rebel scum.
The Mongols and the Rebels have for the past few months been going toe-to-toe over some defections from the red, white and blue team to the black and whites. Became a decidedly one-sided affair a few weeks ago when the WA chapter of the Rebels pretty much disintegrated. 36 gang members handed in their patches and all eyes are on them to see their next move.
They're going to patch to another club, I presume.
What else would 36 board bikies do?
All right, take up a sport.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What?
Two interesting things have happened since we last looked at this issue. First, a delegation of senior rebs from Sydney flew to Perth to hold high-level meetings with the defectors.
Okay, you should just know that we don't do this a lot, so this is like a really huge deal.
Second, senior Comanchero bikies came to Perth on a coincidental recruitment drive.
We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week.
Comancheros have been quiet on the West Coast.
They have been since WA Police took out two of their leaders, that's Steve Shorty Milankovsky and Nikola Maximovich. Both men are serving long sentences for drugs importation. That notwithstanding, the gang is still a formidable underworld force. Some of the disaffected rebs have apparently joined up. The question is, how many?
So is there bad blood between the Mongols and the Comanchero?
There's bad blood between Troy Mercanti and the Comanchero. Back in, I think it was 2007, he was still a coffin cheater then. Mercanti had a run-in with old mate Shorty in Osborne Park. There was also a rumour at the time that Comanchero commander Mick Howie ended up running for his life after a gunfire erupted at a Sydney restaurant during a sit-down between the Finks and the Commos. That meeting was apparently brokered by Mercanti, who became a Fink after the cheaters turfed him out when they found out their gang was in the firing line because of his side hustle with Howie's much bigger, more powerful gang.
Lunch invites sound dangerous.
Even picking up some snapper and squid rings can end in trouble for Troy Mercanti. But to be fair to him, fish and chip shops can be full of inflammatory characters. Australia's most famous purveyor of scampi and Chico rolls is courting her own controversy at the moment. Pauline Hanson has attracted the ire of Robert Irwin. The son of late wildlife legend Steve doesn't like being part of Hanson's satirical cartoon series Please Explain.
G'day, I'm Robert Irwin, and this is me best mate Bluey.
The toon Irwin is giving Bluey, if you can believe this, a tour of Queensland when the world's favourite blue heeler becomes a victim of crime.
Oi, Bluey, you dog! Oh no, it's them juvenile delinquents again. Oh no, Bluey's being bashed.
Poor old Bluey.
Robert Irwin set his own attack dogs on Pauline. Lawyer Zoe Naylor gave her until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday to remove the cartoon on the grounds it's defamatory of her client. Team Pauline was saying no deal and made the point that Robert needed to learn to take a joke.
Do you reckon it's defamatory?
As a quasi-professional defamer, I say it's probably not. And as for the issue of politicising Bluey, it's been a lot worse.
This is outrageous.
I'm Harvey.